Hello and welcome to Isaan Flicks. Today I shall give you some glimpses of and facts about the Mun River in Ubon Ratchathani, Thailand, in the region known as Isaan. The Mun River flows through Thailand's northeast and is the largest of all Mekong tributaries in Thailand. The source of the Mun River, which is approximately about 700 odd kilometers long, is in Ubon Ratchathani province in the Khao Yai National Park area of the San Kampang mountain range, northeast of Bangkok, and it flows into the Mekong River at the Thai border with Laos in Ubon Ratchathani province. It is said the Mun River and all its tributaries flows through northeastern Thailand with a length of some 3,200 kilometers. It is also said many livelihoods of the population living alongside the Mun River depend upon the richness of the river, its ecosystems and natural resources. Then of course, thanks to the Andy Williams hit song, the Mun River was called the Moon River by the US Air Force personnel stationed at Ubon Ratchathani Air Base during the Vietnam War. The spelling is still commonly used around the area. The Mun River begins, as I said, in the Khao Yai National Park, and it flows east through the Karat Plateau in southern Isaan, flowing through Ubon Ratchathani, which is Kola, Buriram, Surin and Sisaket provinces into Ubon Ratchathani province, until it joins the Mekong at the border with Laos. The Mun River's main tributary is the Chi River, which joins in Sisaket province. The Chi River is the longest river flowing wholly within Thailand. It is approximately 765 kilometers long, but carries less water than the second largest river, the River Mun. The Chi River rises in the Phetchabun Mountains, then runs east, then turns south into Roi Et, and finally joins the Mun River, as I said, in Sisaket province. But back to the Mun River. The riverbed in the downstream region of the Mun River is a complex formation of rapids created by erosion of rocks, and these formations continue upstream for about 30 kilometers from the mouth of the river. Please take a look at the map for an indication of the areas I have mentioned and where the rivers actually flow. It is said migration of many freshwater fish can be observed along the Mun River, which is said to be a habitat to more than 200 species, according to a survey conducted in 2001 by researchers from the Ubon Ratchathani University. It is said that the fish migrate during the rainy season, as when the river turns red after the rains begin, all the fish move upstream. But again, I do not know if this is still true today as it once was. However, I do not know if this is still true today. Nevertheless, I often see many people out fishing on the Mun River during the rainy season, either from the banks or out in small boats. But never in the boats or a boat like you are looking at. This is one of the boats they use for racing. Nevertheless, what I do know is that fish are a resource which sustains the diet and daily livelihoods of people living near the river. As it is often difficult to earn cash in the villages, the amount and quality of food people can eat is greatly influenced by how much food they are able to obtain without cash. Fish are used in barter trading and sold as various forms of fish products all around the Mun River region. As you can just see and make out that some of the concrete steps down to the Mun River are covered by the river as the water level has risen during the rainy season. And some low-lying areas, the river has burst its banks and caused some flooding. Last month, and still continuing today, the Mun River has overflowed its banks in some areas of Buriram, Surin, Roi Et, Sisaket and Ubon Ratchathani provinces, flooding several districts including many homes and businesses. But that could be said as being situation normal these days during the wet season, especially nearer to the end of the rainy season. I suppose it is now a fact of life. Living near to a river in Thailand, or perhaps anywhere in the world, one must always be prepared for some flooding during the rainy season. After all, water is life. Have you ever noticed that everything alive needs water? Your pets, trees, and your family too. So, why do you think that is? It's true that our bodies and other living things are made from all sorts of different things, but water makes up a lot of it. When you look at a globe of Earth, you will see there really is a lot of water. And would you believe scientists have found that all living things need water? So, there you go. Water is vital for all life. We are now adjacent to the Ubon Ratchathani large market area and Highway 24 road bridge over the Mun River. Here's another example to show you that the water levels are higher than normal, or I should say during the dry seasons, but of course it's considered normal for the time of year. We're looking at an old boat or something that's tied up alongside the staircase down to the river. You are now looking at the Highway 24 road bridge across the River Mun from Warin Chamrap into Ubon Ratchathani, and there again is the market building. You are now looking at the market complex, which of course is closed as it's mid-afternoon. The market opens up at 5 o'clock in the morning to the general public and closes just about lunchtime, I believe. This bridge, Highway 24, is one of the main roadways into Ubon Ratchathani city. Giving you another look at the water levels. As you can see, the river is flowing nicely downstream, but as you have seen by the levels of the water at low-lying areas, it's flooded quite considerably. As I said, it's a fact of life. Water has to go somewhere. Slowly but surely, she's moving downstream. This is a better view of the road bridge of Highway 24 going across the Mun River. How nice is that view? I can stand here for several minutes just watching the water flow past. That is Warin Chamrap district across the other side of the river. As of the beginning of the month, COVID restrictions were lifted somewhat, and small businesses are starting to open up along the banks of the River Mun as people will come down here for their evening meals. Here is the measuring stick for the depth of the river, if you can work it out. Do not look too closely at wiring. It's safe enough. That's only because it's not energized at the moment. I hope you are enjoying the music as well as the scenery. What you see now in front of you is a floating restaurant which is just preparing to open up after being closed all through COVID, of course. I do believe, while I've been watching the Mun River, the flow rate has speeded up somewhat. The water flow rate may have been increased by the use of pumps further upstream to increase and speed up water drainage from flooded areas. Of course, vegetation in and around the river or on the banks slows the speed of water flowing in the river, which of course helps to increase the water levels, which then increases the possibility of flooding. The Thai authorities are well experienced with dealing with floods, and I've seen on occasions pumps put at the side of the river to increase the flow rates to move the water downstream quickly. I think I've filmed enough, so I shall get back on my motor scooter and head off home. As I got on my motor scooter, I saw this graffiti, wall art, whatever you want to call it, on the wall of the bridge behind all this construction materials and equipment. So I thought I'd have a look. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this video and you did make it this far. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up, share the video, leave me a comment, but better still, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, to ensure you do not miss out on our other videos. So that's it for today. I shall get back on my scooter and head off home this time. So until my next video, keep dry, and it's a very goodbye from me.